Vincenzo's Gold Crypto Investing is very early, March the 29th, 2025, nightly, or in this case, very early morning update. And we're going to do all this from the 4-hour time frame. And you can see the Bitcoin price here. And this is just going to be a quick rundown as it's very late and I'm very tired. We're sitting below the 200-day moving average right now in the daily time frame, and that's sitting up there at 85,000 and change. It got rejected off the 50-day moving average up there just south of 90,000 or about 88,000 and change, right? Something that we were watching out for the last couple of days. That on the pump side, we were thinking there could be a rejection up there between the 100-day the 50-day moving average and the 100-day moving average, and the 50-day is what initially rejected it. Now we're in a mid-ground consolidation, and we're trying to hold that consolidation, or eventually we do know we're coming down to that $73,847 level. So we'll watch out this weekend to see if we can't get any kind of bounce back into those areas that we've been watching out for the last several days. The same thing with the old XLM. We bounced off of that critical 25.5 cents like we thought we would. We've been paying attention for a run up to about 30 cents potentially, and we got all the way up to 30 cents exactly, just above 30 cents. And we were thinking the 50 or the 100-day moving average would knock us down, and now we're sitting below the 200-day moving average in the daily time frame. And if the bearish action continues, we're going to have to come back down to that 25-cent level and try to get some kind of a bounce on the 25-cent level. Or if we do break that, we do know eventually our underneath target, we're thinking that we're coming down into that 18-cent level, right? And we're going to continue to pay attention for that to see, damn, that light's bright. We're going to continue to pay attention to that to see if we do actually indeed do come down there at some point. And then as you do know from there, we are thinking there's going to be some kind of a decent rally, potentially as far back up is from the 18-cent level, potentially bouncing from that 18-cent level down there all the way back up maybe to that 30 or 31 cents, which would be a big bounce back. But that's something for a little bit later on. Wow. That's something for a little bit later on. That guy's clearly drunk, running a red light, 2 red lights, cutting out in front of traffic. But that's something that we're going to pay attention to for later on. The XRP price, we're almost back down to that neckline, and that's something that we were showing you repeatedly when we were in these pumps, that the 255 was major resistance. From back here on the 11th when we made that rally, we were telling you, even with in between that, we had the resolution of the Ripple case. We kept telling you that 50-day at 242 up to 255 overhead resistance was probably going to knock you down back down to the neckline. And potentially this time when you come to the neckline, I think we're going to actually hit the 200-day moving average. That's been sneaking up a little bit. So it is not showing. It's showing that we've touched the 200-day moving average, but it's been slowly migrating to the upside. So when the price wicked down about 10 days ago, the 200-day moving average is sitting much farther below that. But I think this time we might actually, and we will, touch that 200-day moving average. Then we could have a slight bounce back, or maybe more than a slight bounce back. You could come from the what is that at right now? Is that all the way up at the 180 level? Wow, it's come all the way up to the 193 level. We could come back maybe as high as the 230s off a 200-day moving average hit. But eventually we're going to have that technical breakdown to that technical target down here at the $1.29 because we are in a head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern. We want to go into the 4-hourly. It'll make this a little bit easier to see what I'm trying to do here. There we go. It should make it a little bit easier. See that? That's the head and shoulders that we're in. The head and shoulders topping out reversal pattern that we've been on top of for several months now, right? And that's what we're still thinking is going on, and that's what I'm still paying attention for because I do believe we're going to hit that underneath target at $1.29. Still do not want to buy you. Still don't care. But that's all we're going to cover for this late night nightly update. I'll give you an early morning update before I do go into work tomorrow. And then we'll have an extensive nightly update tomorrow night. Like, subscribe, and share. Become part of the building movement of truth, trust, and education back into the cryptocurrency sphere. Join Jabroni Killers for an industry cheap and best value of $3.99 a month. Peace and love. The Rock's Eyebrow, Jay.